morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessie and I am from the Caribbean. I am based in the UK, but right now I am in Brazil. So today I'm gonna speak about fulfilling your dream with God. Let's go. So, the fact that I'm here in Brazil, was a dream that I had for a long time when I was in my early 20s. And when I arrived here 3 weeks ago. So 3 weeks ago I arrived here. So I was in the UK until November 2023. I went to France for 2 months, and after I came here in Brazil, and I'm gonna stay here for 2 months also. Okay, and to be honest, I didn't expect that this year. I didn't expect that God will lead me here in Brazil. I was supposed to move to another place in the UK, so I was sure I was leaving London for another city, but I didn't expect God putting in my heart that I will go to Brazil in 2024. And when it happened, I was surprised because I really didn't expect that. Because a little bit about me is I grew up in Martinique. So I was born and I grew up in Martinique. I went to study to France for 1 year, my master's degree in business law. Then I came back to Martinique. I worked as a legal assistant for 6 months, and then I went to the UK, and for more than 12 years I am based. It has been like more than 12 years that I'm based in the UK. And but to be honest, UK was not my dream destination. When I was young, I didn't even think about going to the UK. What was in my heart was really to go. My dream was to go to a country for 1 year, a country where I don't speak the language, a country just to see like how I will do by myself, in this unknown territory. So that was in my heart. But when I was younger, I was very into Latin dances like salsa, cha-cha-cha, tango, merengue, bachata, So to me, it made sense to go to Latin America, not like the UK. And also, I had a good level in Spanish in my 20s, so it didn't make sense to me to move to the UK, to settle in the UK, but this is what God put in my heart. So I went to the UK. I went to the UK, and it was fine. The first 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, but after that, I wanted to go somewhere else. I wanted to go to Brazil, to Latin America, because the dream was still alive in me. This dream of like traveling in Latin America was still in me, was still in me. And to me, I said to myself, I came, I conquer. It's time to leave the UK and to go somewhere else, because life is hard in the UK. To me, everything is expensive, everything is expensive, and the standard of like home flats, like most of the home and flats, the standards are lower than in France, So, and even in Martinique, it didn't make sense to me to stay in the UK to pay so much money for little. It's like you have to pay a lot to have the basics. So to me, it didn't make sense. I was just like, you are struggling, you are working, but it's difficult, even if I was working as a paralegal. And I will write it down for you, because I know when I pronounce paralegal, some people, they can hear paralegal. So I will write it down for you. So I was working as a paralegal in law firms. Even I had a good salary, it wasn't enough to be comfortable. So to me, I was just like, I'm struggling for nothing. And also the fact that I grew up in Martinique. I live in France, so I have things I could compare my life in Martinique with my life in the UK, my life in the UK and my life in France. So to me, it didn't make sense. But in my heart, I could feel that I'm supposed to be in the UK. I'm supposed to stay in the UK. So this dream about traveling in Latin America was put aside. I even, forgot about it. So when God put it again on the table, when God puts it on the table, I was surprised, because I really wanted, it was my heart desire to travel in Latin America or in my 20s, not in my 30s. Do you understand? Because what happened is like, now I'm not 25. I said to people I am 25, can you see? But I am 35, so I'm 35, and I walk with God by faith and not by sight, And with time, I realized that God put things in our heart when we are young, when you are a teenager, when you are a young adult. And sometimes because you don't see things happening, you can be frustrated, you can be frustrated, mad, at God, because you don't see things happening. You don't see like what God put in your heart become, true. And when I was young, I was frustrated. But in my 20s, I was frustrated. I was frustrated because I could feel like God is gonna do something big in my life, but the more I walk, and the more I couldn't see anything. I was just walking with God. We walk. So I was like, when God is gonna happen? Like, how long I'm gonna wait to see what you put in my heart? Like, how long? Months after months, and then year after year. Like, you start and oh my God! And I have to tell you that I used to start, a new year, and I believe I said, like, this year is the year. You know what? The year ended and I didn't see anything happening. So I was a bit fed up, I was fed up. I was just like, I don't understand, like, how God is working in his children's lives. I don't understand. Like, how long are you going to take? You are the God of the impossible. Why you are doing so little? I was young. I didn't have, knowledge, wisdom, I wasn't reading my Bible as I am reading now, I used to read like only Psalm and, to do like some prayers, but I didn't have like a deep understanding of the word of God. So to me, I didn't understand like why it's taking so long with God. And it's not like my life was perfect or I was like super happy. I was in a bad place mentally. I grew up in a toxic and abusive environment. So to me, it was just like I was waiting for the sun to rise. I was waiting. And in my 20s, I struggled a lot. And then, I was just like, God is complicating my life, He's sending me well to the UK. And I'm a Caribbean woman. So I like, sunny country, hot country. I like colorful clothes. So to me, it didn't make sense, It didn't make sense at all. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense. And for a long time, I was between my own wisdom and God's wisdom. My own ways and God's ways, my own thoughts and God's thoughts. When it's written in the Bible that God's thoughts are higher than ours, and God's ways are higher than ours, And I was like conflicted inside between what I want and what God is calling me to do, where God is calling me to be, where I want to be, and where God is calling me to be. So I was conflicted for such a long time because I was working and not seeing what God was telling me, And when they say like you have to deny yourself, deny your desires, deny your needs, and I did that, God say stay in the UK, and I stay in the UK. until God sent me to Brazil, I stay in the UK. I stay in the UK, based in the UK. And so it is written in the Bible that God will give you the desire of your heart, but God has to prepare you before giving you the desire of your heart. And the preparation can take a long time. Even when God asked me to take Brazilian Portuguese classes, I didn't really think about going to Brazil, because to me it's been such a long time, and at this point I was just like, whatever God is telling me to do, I will do, without questioning, without also making plans in my head, or without like guessing what God is gonna do in my life. I said like, one day I'm gonna go to Brazil for sure, but I don't know when, and I don't expect anything in 2024. To me, when I say I didn't expect anything, it's just like, to me, I was supposed to move to another city in the UK. That's it. This is what was supposed to happen, not me going to Latin America. Do you understand? So sometimes, God put things in our hearts when we are young, when we are a teenager, a young adult, and you walk, you don't see, because it's not the right time. It wasn't the right time for me to go to Brazil in my 20s. It wasn't the right time, because when I came here, when I arrived here, I could feel I was like in synchronicity with God. I was where I was supposed to be. I can feel today I am where I am supposed to be. And the way I came here, with my experiences, the divine wisdom, the word of God, the fact that now I can walk everywhere with my laptop, the fact that I don't work anymore for someone, for a company, so I can be here working and enjoying the surroundings, enjoying being in Brazil. In my 20s, I didn't have that, the experience, career. I was just starting my legal career. Do you understand? I was just starting, so I couldn't like pretend, to move abroad and start something else, And also, the currency here is lower than the one in the UK. So even like to come here to work here, it's not like, to me it's not like enough. It's not enough. It's not enough. You have like more possibilities if you earn like dollars, euros, or pound, and you come here. But when I wanted to come here, I wasn't prepared mentally. I didn't have like a career, because God asked me to start your legal career in the UK, okay? In the UK, not in France, but in the UK. So I work as a paralegal. I'm gonna write it down again, because I know, I'm telling you, sometimes when people ask me, like long time ago, people were asking, what do you do? When I say I am a paralegal, they say like, oh, partigal. So I'm gonna write it down for you, okay? I know maybe it's my pronunciation, so I'm gonna write it down for you. I know I have a French accent when I speak English, so I'm gonna write it down for you so you can see. And so I work as a paralegal for years in the UK, and one day I could feel inside that I was done with my legal career, that I accomplished what I was supposed to accomplish, and God asked me to focus on the Victorious Woman. So the Victorious Woman is an online media in French. In French, it's like La Femme Victorieuse, so it's an online media in French for God's children, and particularly women of God. And we have like different platform in French, English, and Brazilian Portuguese. So I have like a website about love. I have a podcast about love, but it's love, around like God's words. It's not like love like that. It's just like God is in it, in the center, okay? The center. So I have a podcast in English, Love, Love, and Love, available on Apple Podcast, and a website about love, always God in the center. And I have a YouTube channel in Brazilian Portuguese, A Mulher Victoriosa, Instagram, and a website as well. Instagram, a website, and TikTok as well. So I am doing things in different languages, and I have also people that I have a team in French for the French La Femme Victorieuse. So I have a team, but I'm doing the other thing myself. Like Amelia Victoriosa and the one in English. And sometimes I do have guests. So God one day told me, this is it, Jessie. You're going to focus on La Femme Victorieuse, donc the victorious woman in French. And I started like that. But many things, guys, many things happen in my life when I didn't expect it, you know. The same thing, you know, I pray about like having a job where I can work with my laptop anywhere in the world. I don't have to be in one city. I don't have to be in one country. I can travel. When God answered my prayer this year, you know, yes, He gave me the job two years ago, but I was really working on the foundation of the victorious woman of La Femme Victorieuse. So I had to stay in the UK while I was building the foundation, you know, the foundation of the victorious woman of La Femme Victorieuse. And now the foundation is built. I can travel more. I can be anywhere in the world. I don't have to stay in the UK. I'm gonna go back to the UK soon. I can feel I'm going back to the UK soon, you know, so I can feel it inside that I have to go back. But it's nice, you know, to be in an answered prayer. You know, it's nice to be in an answered prayer, but it took time, you know, it took time. So I'm just sharing my testimony with you to hopefully give you strength, you know, strength to keep walking with God by faith and not by sight, and to understand that sometimes God put things in our heart when we are a teenager, young adult, and we don't see it, you know, right away. Sometimes we have to wait months or years to see it, you know, coming true, to see it like in this reality, to see it like, you know, in this world. Spiritually it's already done, you know, spiritually is already done, but you have to wait for this thing to come to pass, to see it, you know, to look at it, to take it to take hold of it, you know. So, and right now I am in an answered prayer. Even the fact that I speak 5 languages was something that God put in my heart when I was in high school, you know, and it came to pass 2 years ago. 2 years ago, it came to pass, this dream of like speaking 5 languages. I would say like 5 languages, but it's Creole. Creole is a language that we speak in the Caribbean, Saint Lucia, Dominica. There is like the Haitian Creole, and we do speak Creole in also Trinidad and Tobago. They do speak Creole, not everyone, I believe, and the islands of Guadeloupe as well. Saint Martin, we speak Creole, so I speak Creole, mother tongue. Okay, I speak French as well, because Martinique is an old colony of the French government. I speak French, I speak Creole, I speak English. Yes. I speak Spanish, and I speak Brazilian Portuguese. Yes, I speak Spanish too. And sometimes it's a bit hard, you know, to go to one language to another, particularly right now, Brazilian Portuguese and English, because I think like now I think in English. So when I speak Brazilian Portuguese, I have to think in Brazilian Portuguese, and sometimes it does take time. You know, it's easy for me to do French, English. I can speak in both languages, you know, to you. I can make a video for you and I will speak like both languages. It's fine. But when it comes to Brazilian Portuguese, I still struggle a bit, like to go from English to Brazilian Portuguese, you know, because when I speak English, I think in English, and then when I speak Brazilian Portuguese, sometimes, you know, it just like prevent me to speak, you know, to find my words sometimes quickly. I have to think in Brazilian Portuguese, so you know, you don't understand. If you speak another language, you don't understand. Like when you speak like fluently, you think in the language, and everything is just like smooth. You know, you speak like smoothly in this language, and then blah blah blah. It's not the subject of this video, so I'm going to stop here. Blah blah blah. But do you understand? Do you understand that it's God puts something in your heart? Yes, you don't see it today, but you know, don't worry, it will come to pass. You know, It will come to pass. It's just a matter of time. It will come to pass. God put something in your heart. If it's from God, it will come to pass. God will give you the desire of your heart at the right time. The right time, we don't know when, we don't know when, but He will do it. Okay? Thank you so much, guys, for staying with me till the end. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I was in this museum. Thank you so much again and see you soon. Allez, bye bye.